first manager of the month award?
Yeah, reflection of how all the players have done, really. Do you know what I mean? We've been competitive in all the games, picked up good results, and yeah, climbed up the league, which is the most important thing. You know, I said to the players this morning, when we came in, we spoke about a few things, short term, long term, what we wanted to be, and to get that first one ticked off with still a game to go, you know, securing that top 6 is a really good achievement.
What surprised you about the club in that 6 weeks?
Not too much, Brian. You know, I had a long time to have a dig into everything, a lot of watch the players, watch a lot of the opposition. So nothing's really stood out and jumped. It makes a change really to be able to prepare in that way. I think, you know, last time I changed jobs, it was done and dusted in a day. You're thrown at a deep end. So certainly an easier transition, and one where you're prepared and you know what you want to see and what you want to do, and then you just make your decisions off the back of how it's going.
Has Scottish football surprised you as to the quality and the passion that's in the game?
Yeah, the standout's the passion. So we'll see, like Saturday derby, there's passions in lots of derbies down south now, but the way the game's refereed, it takes away a lot of what used to be blood and thunder part of the game, and derbies on the pitch down south now are generally just another game of football, and it's the build-up and the rivalry between the fans which is the exciting bit, and then maybe the banter afterwards, but the game is just a game of football, whereas up here it's a lot more looser, if you like, the way it's refereed. There's a lot more accepted and given, which will make for a proper derby atmosphere, and it'll be one where the ref's got to be strong. He'll ref it in his own way, but he's got to be strong and ref it in a way that makes sure we all see a good game.
You mentioned the refereeing there. Has that surprised you in some way? Because it is very different, the way the games are refereed.
Yeah, different. Don't be writing or say anything that I've been slaughtering refs here like that.
Not my words.
Yeah.
All yours.
Yeah, well, I'm not. No, it's a different product. It's a different game. We've just had two lads there arguing that went into the dining room about decisions, and one saying it should have been a foul, one saying it shouldn't. And in under 23 football down south, it's 100% a foul. Up here in Scotland, it's nowhere near a foul. It is a different game. You get that when you're playing in different countries, and it's one thing you have to adjust when we're taking foreign players into the English game. They think it's a lot more physical, but then it's more physical again coming up here.
I think you prepare your team a bit differently than how you would have done down south for a Yorkshire derby.
What will I prepare?
Yeah, will you prepare them, you know, in a different way, knowing it's going to be refereed differently? That's maybe
no, because it's still the same way it's refereed in last night's game or last week's game. Do you get what I mean? It's overall the products. It's only different for me. It's not different for the players. The players are used to it. They're playing in a league that's it is, in my aspect, a lot more physical in terms of the contact that's allowed, not in terms of the outputs and the athleticism of the players. The Premier League's through the roof, the Championship's not far behind, but there's a lot less physical contact allowed in terms of what the referee will give a free kick for and what he won't.
You place a lot of responsibility on the guys who know this fixture, who've played in it, who've tasted victory in it, to lead the guys and to really lead the message this week. Yeah,
in terms of they know what it takes, but the one thing as well about Scottish football, you play each other that often that you get used to it. You get used to it quickly, and you know we'll be having another one before the end of the season as well, and that's how it is. That'll be a strange one for me, because I'm really looking forward to this game, excited about it, can't wait, and then I'll be used to waiting another year for it to come round when it's going to be a few weeks.
It's a fixture noted for draws. Is that probably part of the reason, do you think, that they play each other?
What, the fact it's draws? I just think the fact it's a derby. You know, derbies are notoriously tight, regardless where teams are in the league, top and bottom of the league, and then you've got two evenly matched teams from the same city. It's they're notoriously tight affairs, yeah.
What's the most intimidating atmosphere you've managed in your career?
Managed?
Yeah.
Oof, would it be away games? Yeah, probably maybe derbies away, or games where you're playing a team who's, you know, party time, already won something, but that's not intimidating, but it's like the noise of it. So there's been lots of different, and then there's big finals, occasions like that, where it's not necessarily intimidating, but there's so much riding on it. So yeah, there's lots of different experiences, and they are all different, definitely.
You were at Tynecastle a couple of weeks ago, Paul, in the pouring rain.
Yeah.
But you got a little taste of what the atmosphere can be like inside that stadium. Are you ready for this? Because sometimes when players come into an Edinburgh derby, as they do, as a Glasgow derby, it takes their breath away a little bit, just how passionate it can be, and it spills over from the stands and onto the field of play at times, and all help.
Yeah, well, we don't want any of that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? No one does. It's been happening all too often all over Britain and abroad. We don't want that. But what we do want is that passion to be able to feel it on the pitch. And the frustrating thing for me, which I'm already prepared for, is getting the message across on the pitch. You know, sometimes you feel a little bit redundant when it is that vocal, that loud. You can't really affect the players until half time again. And for someone who wants to be involved in affecting the game as it's going on, that's difficult to stand back and know you can't affect the players. But in terms of the atmosphere I experienced there, it'd be nothing like what it'll be like Saturday. You know, I think it was only half full cup game. Be nothing like it. This will be a sellout, constant noise. Everything will be cheered or booed, everything. And yeah, it'd certainly been a game that you'd like to play in.
Do you play in many derbies where the passion, you could feel the passion, you know, coming from the stands and then emanating on the pitch? Yeah,
and it's not always the biggest ones, and then some of the smaller ones have been the most ferocious. Do you know what I mean? And then some of the bigger ones, which are built up to be the biggest derbies in the world, and you know everyone thinks they are when they're fans. You get on the pitch and you think, oh, is this it? Is this all there is? So everyone's unique. Everyone's got its own feeling. I think everyone reflects the area where they're from, and that's why it'd be good for me to have a single city one. I don't think I've done that. Certainly not playing. So this will be a good one.
Did you watch the Glasgow derby this weekend?
I didn't know. No, didn't watch it. What are you going to ask me? You're going to ask me something?
Possibly wise.
Yeah.
Not watching it.
Yeah. No, I've not watched it.
Who's in and who's out then? And do you pick players specifically for this game, knowing that they have the not only the ability but the inwardly
to deal with the environment?
Yeah. The environment, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've got lots of players coming back, but maybe it's too soon for them this game. You know, we've got players who've been training now a few days, but not had any minutes under the belt, development games. But it'd be nice when we do get them all back and we can pick from the full 11. But as I said, I think we spoke about it last night. It's bit by bit, we've got one or two players who have been starting games. I think you probably say 13, 14 now who really know the role and we could pick from to start. The other boys are probably still impact as it stands at the minute until we can get them up to speed, or they just force their way into the team.
Are you aware of just how big a game this is for the Hibs fans, and the fact that if you win on Saturday you'll go above Hearts in the table, regardless of whether there are 5 games to go? Yeah,
that's the carrot. In terms of knowing how big it is, wherever we've been since the Livingston game on the Friday, it's always been about Saturday's game. Always, you know. And we have got a game Wednesday, you know. Yeah, but Saturday's the one that matters. That's the amount of times we've had that conversation has been frightening. So yeah, we know how big it is, we know how important it is, and I'm just looking forward to experiencing it. As I say, preparing myself for it in the bits that what I'm expecting, and I really hope I'm not let down by it.
Don't think you will be.
Good.
I just wanted to ask you, I know we've been short on runners at the moment with a lot of injuries and stuff. Flo's been playing out on the left-hand side. How's he been finding that, and how's his attitude been taking that on board? Obviously he's a player that likes to be in the box scoring goals. Yeah, and even though he's well, we're still telling him he's not in the box enough scoring goals. You know, that instruction will never change, no matter who it is. Same message to our midfielders. It was one of the things from the other night, if I'm honest. So yeah, he's got to be in the box scoring goals, just like Darryl has on the opposite side, just like the advanced midfielders have from the other night. Have to be in the box.